Greetings everyone, Slurgical here. It's now time to make runes for that board. Mordheim is a rune city. Remember that house I made? I will be turning it into a rune now. I'm not going to go through the whole process of it, but just going to show you an example that I built that house brick by brick, pieces by piece, wood by wood. And so now it makes it easier to take it apart piece by piece. So I'm just removing the bricks that are part of that house and moving it around like there was an explosion or a fight or a fire or something like that. Starting from the first floor, there will be melty entry points, and now I'm going to block off the door. And as you can see here in the window, every single piece of wood is a separate object. And I'll be just twisting it and moving it as if it got smashed. And just because it's going really slow, I'm going to go to double speed from this point. But my voice will remain the same because double speed is going to be like squeaky, annoying, high-pitched, and who knows what else. Oh wow, even double speed is really terrible, really slow. I'm quickly going to give you an overview of the second floor so you see how it's going to be. For every piece that I remove from the building, I will be repurposing it for something else. Like right now, I'm just going to do like a landing spot for your miniature to attack or to hide from. The biggest challenge in all that is to be able to make sure that every piece that I move has an attachment point, because you have to remember this is being printed by a 3D printer. It's not like you're adding to a physical piece at a time, and gravity helps you to have it put in place where you can glue it together. So I have to virtually glue it and make sure that they don't overlap on another one so it breaks the logistics of it. Another interesting point that I find out doing this, I thought, hey, it's going to be easier. The building is already made up, so all I have to really do is just break things apart. But it's not as simple as that, because like I mentioned, every point needs to be attached somewhere, and it's so difficult to see, so I have to zoom in from different point of view and in between things to make sure that it's aligned properly and there's a contact point for every single thing that I put in there. So those are the printed prototype. There'll be going to be some differences from what's printed there. There's going to be more strategic point and opening into it. But I'm just going to go and show you a little bit about the roof now, and then we'll move to the painting. It's probably easier seeing with the roof how I'm selecting the tiles that I'll be removing. So I'm selecting a whole bunch of them, and then I'm just going to delete them. And once they are deleted, you can see the under roof where all those tiles are sitting on. I'll be selecting more of them, and I just want to give a feeling that the entire roof has been all damaged on one side, so there's a better access to the inside for the miniature to sit in, and for storytelling and strategic positioning. Overall, this took a lot longer to take it apart and damage the building than it was to actually build the building. And this is moving fast forward in double speed you see on the screen than what I was actually doing. I made a lot of mistakes along the way. I removed the wrong things that didn't make any sense, and you still have to have some strategic and logistical thinking to make sure that this is possible to be the way that it is. And there's a lot of like copy and paste like you use in any other software we're familiar. So right now I'm trying to select that plane where that main support for the roof is, and I'm just cutting around it, and you can see through it what's underneath it, and it's pretty cool. Although the roof really took a long time to do, it wasn't as tedious as it was doing the second floor. The second floor was really challenging because of all those wood planks. The one crazy thing that you might say, oh, this seems so tedious to do all that. It's actually so much fun. I'm really, really enjoying doing every single bit of this, and all the little tweaks here and there, and it's so cool to be able to see the skeleton of the buildings. Like initially I had to build a building, then frame it and then start putting everything else. And right now I'm just doing the flat surface and denting it to make it more like it got hit there, or the ravage of time is taking its toll on that demolished building. The original building didn't have an attic, a finished attic, but for the purpose of demolishing the building and having that roof section playable, I had to create a framing for it. So I did that, and I had to put some planks randomly here and there. I just didn't want to make it boring. That's just a flat floor. So by taking planks of the previous second floor and adding it there, and little chunks of that those walls, and adding those chunks on there as well, and debris from the ceiling, from the roof tiles, to be able to have a fully playable surface, but still looking like a room. So if you look into the attic, you can see through the second floor and even the first floor. So in kind of a dirty yellow, ochre color, those are the walls from the second floor that I'm putting and using as flooring for the attic. So whoever was repurposing that ruined building to be able to have it playable decided to reuse some of the parts of the house. As a final touch before moving to the painting, I'm just showing you that I'm using some of the roof tiles and just adjusting and debris throughout that attic. After I was done modeling the whole thing, here's a printed result. If you notice the top right here, the platform is one of the failed print of the balcony, so I just glued it there with a hot glue gun. Let's check the second floor now. And the second floor is fully playable, just like the original building. Moving now to the first floor, which the first floor that you see here is going to be slightly different with a final version, as you're going to see while I paint it. And even the final version that I painted, I decided to add a hole to the floor of the first floor so you can go underneath in the catacomb or some other cavern or whatever is going to be underneath the city in the future. I'm not going to do a painting tutorial, you've seen plenty of those, but what I'll be showing is what I used, so I'm going to be skipping ahead with the colors and all the painting. I decided to start with the roof, and I'm not going to paint it the same color as the original building, and that's okay because I don't want to have all the building having the same color. I still find painting quite challenging, and it's the part that I dread the most doing, and that's one of the reasons why I'm quite a bit behind on my terrain. I have such a large amount of terrain that I need to paint, and I don't want to release the terrain without it being painted. What I'm looking forward in this roof section is putting it inside, doing the burn style wood. That's I never done that, and I'm looking forward to it. I didn't start with the first floor because I was a bit intimidated doing the first floor. All those little pieces of wood mixed with the brick, and I'm kind of sloppy painter. And odds are I'm going to be painting bricks with wood. And now let's see how that's going to go. Oh, it's not that bad for now, but my confidence didn't go very far. I stopped halfway through and moved on to an easier part. Let's go and see. And I almost made it. Well, that was successful, but it's not going to be the case in the future of that building. And when you see those wisps of plastic here and there and doesn't seem to fit with bricks and wood, that's fine. I decided to leave it there. You can always clean up the print so there's none of that stuff. Of course, on the original building when it's pristine, there's none of that nonsense. But I can use this as a base for when I do the terrain, and if I want to put some plants or anything like that, those are good for as a base to glue that on. It could look natural like vines that are going around the damaged terrain, or it could be also where I can have some flowers growing up. I haven't done that in this video or any of my future videos because I haven't decided if my board is going to be what season. Is it going to be summer? Is it going to be winter, fall, spring? And once I decide how my board theme is going to be, then I will start doing that stuff. In my original building, I forgot to paint the staircase and all the wood parts from the inside of the building. I made sure this time I'm not going to forget. Moving on to the second floor, just let's see what are all the features of that second floor. It's there's different levels for your figurine to stand on and different things for the figurines to do. And you can see that's where the balcony is attached. So I left the balconies separate from that. So if you want to have a good balcony there, you can print and connect instead of that damaged balcony. I regretted using the brown that I used for the first floor for the wood because it was too alive, too fresh. So for the second floor, I decided to, after I painted a little bit with the older color, I realized, no, this looks too new. So I decided to mix a different brown and use it more as a wash because I did zenithal priming. I did primed it in black, and then I zenithal in white on the top. Some spot is just too bright, but I'll have to fix that later. And if I use just solid paint, it wrecks the whole zenithal effect and what I was trying to do. So by watering down the paint like this, it really changed everything. So I decided to stick with this and do the roof part. I know I said I was going to do a painting tutorial, but I'm just going to do let's say, please forgive me, a partial painting tutorial because I can't really teach anybody at this point. And my hope is that somebody's going to say in the comments, hey, dum-dum, this is what you should do or you should have done. And I will be able to correct and do better next time. So after that, I added some black to that brown wash, made it a little bit thicker, and I went on and repainted on top of it and decided to do the first floor with marks of burned wood and fire. And that really worked out. I'm really happy with this. And this is the second floor, how it looks like now. And all those dangling things, like I said, it's going to be greeneries that are either really green and fresh from the summer or any other season. And this is the full building with, hey, this is my guy from the previous video, the kit bashing one. Go and check this out. Now, this house is going to be available for sale at my store for $10 Canadian fund. And the original house without the damages is also available for $10. And I'm going to do a special that if you want to get them both, you can buy them both for $15 at the store. So please make sure that you check that out and so help me support me. Buy the digital file so you can print on your own. Now remember, I don't sell physical items and terrain. Maybe I will sell locally the prototypes and all these ones. But at one point in the future, once I'm more comfortable with how sales work and shipping and all that stuff, then I will consider selling finished painted product, either finished printed or a combination of them printed and painted. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and please leave a message. Tell me what you think. Give me any advices. All those things goes a long way to promote the channel, to help me to keep on doing this, and to hopefully make this a full-time job. Now that you've seen that whole building done, let's go and see how it looks like on my board. It's Halloween right now, and here's some of the decorations that are out, and they're being part of my terrain for this. I have other miniatures, like all my games usually are sci-fi, so this medieval type of game is new to me. I still haven't played a game of Mordheim, and I'm dying to do so. So hopefully I'll be able to find a group to be able to play locally. And this is the building with some of the other terrains that I made and prototypes in the background. The more terrain you buy, the more I can have a chance to buy some miniature that would fit to Mordheim, because all my stuff is sci-fi. Well, thank you very much for watching this video and watching my channel and commenting and liking. Things are moving along very good. I'm almost at 200 subscribers, and I find that very exciting. I lost overall, I think, 12 subscribers since I started posting videos a year ago, and I had that channel for 2 years now. But the first year I didn't really do anything. I was still learning on how to model and to design stuff and working with 3D printers issues, and now it's working really well. Found a really good online group to help me along the way, and you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully there will be a lot more. Well, there will be a lot more.